All right, let's dive into one of the most powerful, and let's be honest, sometimes pretty intimidating tools built right into Windows, the Device Manager.
You know the feeling. We have all been there. You're right in the middle of something important and bam, a piece of your hardware just gives up. Your mouse freezes, your webcam is dead, the Wi-Fi icon just vanishes. It's super frustrating, right? But the first step to figuring it all out is already waiting for you inside your PC. So instead of thinking of this as some scary, complicated utility, I want you to start thinking of the Device Manager as your PC's own hardware doctor. Seriously, it's like a health dashboard that shows you the status of every single component. It's the very first place you should look when something just feels off. So what is it technically? Well, the Device Manager is a core part of Windows that does exactly what its name says. It lets you see and manage every single piece of hardware plugged into your computer. We're talking everything, from your big, powerful graphics card all the way down to the smallest USB stick. So what can our hardware doctor actually do for us? Well, it's got a few main jobs. It can install, update, or get rid of device drivers. Those are the little bits of software that let your hardware talk to Windows. It can turn devices on or off. It lets you peek under the hood at all the technical details. And, most importantly for us, it flags any hardware that's causing problems.
And that last point is really the key. The best part is you don't have to go hunting for problems. The Device Manager uses really simple visual signs to tell you exactly where to look. So let's learn how to read those signs, shall we?
There are basically three main symptoms you need to look out for. First, the big one, a yellow triangle with an exclamation mark. That's your biggest clue. It means Windows sees a problem, and that's your starting point. Then there's the yellow question mark. That means Windows has no clue what that device even is, which almost always means it's missing a driver. And finally, that little gray downward arrow, that just means the device has been turned off. And lucky for you, that's usually a really easy fix.
Okay, so once you've spotted one of those symbols, you can dig a little deeper to get a more specific diagnosis from the doctor. And this comes in the form of error codes. Think of these as the doctor's detailed notes on exactly what's gone wrong. Now, when you see that there are over 50 unique error codes, don't freak out. You absolutely do not need to memorize them all, not even close. You just need to know that they're there and that they can give you some really powerful clues. Let's look at a few of the ones you'll see most often. Let's start with a real classic, code 10. It's a very general error, kind of a catch-all. It usually means the driver for the device is out of date or maybe got corrupted. Sometimes it can even mean the hardware itself is starting to fail. Your first move here is almost always to try updating the driver.
Now, code 43. This one's a bit more specific. What's happening here is the device's own driver has actively told Windows, hey, I'm having a serious problem over here. You need to shut me down. You see this a lot with things like USB devices or graphics cards, and it can definitely point to a real hardware fault.
And here's where you can see the direct link between those symbols and the error codes. Code 22 is simply the specific diagnosis for that little gray arrow icon we saw a minute ago. It's not a scary error at all, it's just telling you the device is turned off. You can usually just right-click it and turn it back on. Simple as that.
So Device Manager is perfect for that quick, hands-on troubleshooting. But what if you need a detailed report? Something you can send to tech support or just keep for your own records. For that, we can look at a different but related tool.
This really brings us to two tools that work great together. On one hand, you have the Device Manager. It's visual, it's interactive, perfect for fixing things on the fly. On the other hand, you have its text-based cousin, a command line tool called driverquery. It's not for making changes, but it is fantastic for generating a super clean, detailed list of every single driver on your system that you can easily save or share.
So let's just pull all this together. By understanding what the Device Manager is showing you and how to read its basic signs, you've gone from being a victim of a hardware problem to being the lead investigator. You've basically turned that initial moment of confusion into real confidence.
And if there's one thing you take away from all this, it's this. You do not need to be a computer repair expert to start figuring things out. Device Manager is there to empower you. It's literally designed to be the first place you look, giving you the clues you need to either solve it yourself or, at the very least, ask for help with way better information.
So I'm going to leave you with this thought. The next time a piece of your hardware starts acting up, don't just see a broken machine. See it as a system that's trying to communicate with you. Now that you can understand its language of warning icons and error codes, what is your computer actually trying to tell you?